Hello everyone, this is Airi, and today I thought I'd take a look at Cogs, which is a small puzzle game of sorts. Now, as we can see here, there's a very big theme of cogs, or gears, and the logo doesn't really pop out that well, but you can see that it's really all about having all these gears and cogs fit together. And that's really the main theme of this puzzle game, and that's really all I know about it. This game actually started in a very small resolution in windowed mode, at 800 by 600. This music is really repetitive and short. Anyway, let's just take a look at the options. Now, I generally don't expect that much, and this seems to be the case. Anti-aliasing is a thing, and it actually restarted the game. It looks like there's no aspect ratio. Let's see what happens when I click this. So yeah, that's not really a good side effect when changing your graphics settings like that. Although it only took a second. And again, it looks like there's a language setting here, but the entire thing needs to be reset. Let's see here. How to play. Let's take a quick look here. Quite a simple set of instructions. This looks like a fairly simple sliding puzzle. But there is a 3D element to it. You're on a cube. These instruction tiles really do explain everything well as well. You don't really need much, and there's diagrams here and everything, and it's just a single sentence. Quite concise. This appears to be locked. Let's try inventor mode. And everything here is locked again. Let's check key. So this appears to be a combination of a sliding puzzle where things fit together. So there's also an extra layer of gears spinning. There we go. You can see that so the actual puzzle here is not in the sliding tiles, but transferring these gears to the other end. So it's kind of what's that game called? A Pipe Dream or something like that, right? But where you had to rearrange pipes, so to speak, to rearrange and transfer water from one end to the other. This combines it into a sliding puzzle as well. So it's kind of a double layer of puzzles. Pretty cool, I think. And this music, as simple as it is, it does fit with the theme of maybe a steampunk thing, I would like to say. Let's see if there's a reset. Okay, I have to pause before I can reset. Pretty simple set of controls. You just click and to slide into the place. And you can also click as many as you want, as long as it just slides into place. Okay, so that's not a set of puzzles, that's actually the name of a puzzle. Oh, and scroll wheel works, that's cool. There don't appear to be a lot of puzzles here. Well, actually, I think there are plenty of puzzles. There seem to be about 3 or 4 dozen. But having played a few mobile games that have hundreds of puzzles, it kind of cheapens the experience, I think. Although it's not really the fault of this game, it's really from a different era, I think. Okay, so the first puzzle was, of course, just an introduction to the concepts on the 2D plane. Now we're getting into 3D. I suppose with having it mostly in on one face, you can kind of unfold it into your conceptually in your mind and still treat it as a 2D plane. But for this puzzle, yeah, for this puzzle it's kind of like that. You can kind of unfold it mentally and still see it as a 2D plane. There we go. It's a nice little helicopter. Now it really is Pipe Dream. Or Pipe Mania, I think it was also called. There are a couple of names. It's an old puzzle concept. Oh, and it looks like you can move this as well, even though it's two-dimensional. There we go. Chimes or pegs. So I'm guessing this is something else as well. Yes, so it's a different kind of gear. This seems pretty cool so far. This is a pretty unique puzzle game, I think. And what does this do? It's a hammer that strikes a bell here, I think. So instead of these gears being all interchangeable, I need to actually move that gear. And ding. And we're back to 3D, and now we have another thing. So it's really trying to introduce you to all the different puzzle pieces one by one. A very nice pace here, because the puzzles are already pretty fascinating as they are. The rendering seems pretty primitive though. Fill the balloon with steam. So while the heart of the puzzle are the same, there are also little additions here, which make every puzzle still interesting, and I find that very cool. Because it's not just a boring set of rearranged puzzles all the time, although, you know, the puzzle pieces are pretty cool as they are. But this is really just a bit of extra detail, which you don't need to make a puzzle, but it's there to make the puzzle unique. That's so cool. Now we're getting interactions between the gears and the pipes. I think I'm having a bit too much fun with this. How many puzzles have I solved now? That's really more than enough. So, let's try to review this, because this is pretty cool. It's a simple puzzle game, but it combines several different old puzzle concepts together to create something new. It combines sliding puzzles, it combines spinning puzzles, which I can't actually think of anything like that at the moment, but it also combines pipe-based puzzles. Individually, these aren't really revolutionary things. They're all pretty old concepts. A sliding puzzle with a 4x4 thing, you can solve these pretty quickly if you know how. There's a pattern to them. Pipes, you can, as long as you can visualize it, you can lay the pipes down pretty much straight away and solve it. But here, both of them are constrained. For the sliding part, you don't have a final image. You need to visualize it yourself, which is where the pipes come in. And for the pipes, you can't solve it instantly. You need to solve them by visualizing this image and moving everything through tiles. It's a challenging combination. I mean, it's not super difficult, I think, but I think this is a really nice way to spend a little bit of time and just stretch your brain muscles a little bit. The kind of awards you get from a puzzle game are all here. There's gold, silver, and bronze medals, in the form of cogs here, as well as time counters and move counters. The difficulty curve is also quite nice. It introduces each of the puzzle concepts to you one by one. So the first level pretty much throws the sliding puzzle at you with a very forgiving solution. These cogs are essentially like pipes, but they can go in any direction. The kind of synergy here and everything is also quite fantastic. Everything fits with each other thematically. There's this very simple machine concept of brass gears and clockwork. The music is pretty simple and repetitive, which I suppose, now that I think about it, fits with this idea of just gears cranking over and over again, although it does get a little annoying. All of the interfaces and everything here also fit with these clockwork machines. The medals are just these gears, and it's not very intrusive either. It's all quite pretty, and the interface moves quite quickly, and it all makes you feel like you're playing with these little clockwork machines. The options here are quite simple, and there's also a little bit of concern here where I changed two of these options and the game actually had to restart. It wasn't a full restart from scratch, the entire window just rebooted. It's a kind of an indication that there's a little something weird with the engine and how it loads stuff, but it's not really a big deal because there isn't anything stressing out the hardware here. It's quite a simple thing. Unfortunately, there aren't any language options here. There's some kind of joke option, but you don't really need anything much, as long as you can just read a couple of these words. This is just a puzzle game, so anyone can play this. And yeah, this is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna keep this game and go back to it at some point. I think it's a nice way to just keep your mind active a little bit. The puzzles aren't too stressful by any means, but they are simple and they play off pretty simple concepts. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and until next time.